Today we've got Martin Wild from Kinnovis with us. We didn't know how to say it. I was calling it Kinnovis to start with, and we didn't know kind of how to pronounce it. But you told us it actually means something, so hopefully you're gonna tell us that today. So Martin Wild, managing director of Kinnovis. Thanks for coming along.
Thank you for the invitation.
No problem. To start with, so what is Kinnovis, and hopefully you can tell us what it means as well.
Yeah, so Kinnovis is the all-in-one solution, all-in-one software solution for self-storage, no matter if it's containers, if it's indoor storage, RV parks or whatever. And it comprises of a management software plus an online booking portal that's connected to your website. Plus we can do your website as well, and also a customer portal for your existing customers to manage their bookings, etc. Okay,
so it's just an all-in-one bit of kit that if someone wants to look after their site, they can come to you and look after it. Yeah. How does it work if someone's got an existing system? Is it easy to move to you?
Yeah. So that's basically what we do every day, moving from existing products to us. I would say 2/3 of our customers are actually from existing software, 1/3 building from scratch, newly from scratch. So it's part of our standard process to move data from one place to the other to ours.
And it's a pretty simple process.
It is. It's very straightforward. People are very worried in the very beginning, but eventually the CI, it's actually just one Excel list that you fill out. Then you need to plan the existing bookings, customers, and the payment methods, map them and so on. But that's all what we do in the end. So for the customer, it's literally a no-brainer.
Yeah, so it's amazing how many people still today manage their sites from an Excel spreadsheet and then them doing all the invoices themselves. It's just crazy how many people don't think there's something out there that can look after their self-store site for them. So for you, it's just CSV upload. You'll do all the billing for them. So it's just stress-free move over to Kinnovis.
Right.
Cool. How long's Kinnovis been going now? How many years is it?
We're actually on the market for 4 years now. Our very first customer was actually from the UK. Then we spread out in continental Europe as well. So Austria, Germany, Switzerland, and Norwegian countries are also part of our customer groups for now. Yeah.
So how many customers have you got now?
We're at 62.
Okay.
And growing almost every week.
Yeah, because I was saying to you before, we've kind of gone under the radar. Like I never heard of Kinnovis until only a couple months ago, but I think it's because you've been doing a lot of development work, but you've only just recently gone sort of to town with the marketing because you've been at a few SSA shows I've seen. You've been around for a couple of years, but now it's time the product's ready to go to market now is essentially what you're saying.
We actually just started marketing 3 months ago. I'm not a marketing guy. So luckily we've got really good guys on the team now since recently, and before it was literally all word of mouth.
Yeah. You guys were at Fidessa, and there was a lot of emphasis on AI. I think it's a hot topic at the moment, isn't it? I think a lot of people are talking about it, not just in software, but security as well. So I don't know if you were sort of run through what Kinnovis can do in terms of AI or what your product is.
Yeah. So actually we've presented first time our newest approach with AI, which is a chatbot that doesn't work like those old stupid chatbots that give you standard answers that nobody wants. It's really like it from ChatGPT, and we connect it to the database of the management software. Not only our management software, could be any other. So it's like a standalone solution that can be used with any other software solution. And eventually the chat would answer all kinds of questions around the data set of your self-storage.
So for example, if you've got your pricing stored in the background of the website, maybe not visible on the site, because I think pricing is one of them things where everyone thinks, do you show pricing, do you not? But if the pricing's in the back end, if someone clicks on the chatbot, it could tell someone the pricing because if that data is stored in the back end.
Well, that's also our job to restrict the chat in a way that it wouldn't unveil information that you don't want to unveil.
Right. So you can set the parameters, but it's smart. It learns.
Exactly.
Right. I don't think anyone else is doing anything to do with AI in terms of chatbots in the UK.
Not that I know. Yeah, we seem to be the first one. Yeah. Also, we write it on our booth, first AI-powered self-storage software. So far, I haven't met anyone else.
Yeah. So how's it been received in the market?
Very, very good. So
a lot of interest.
Very high interest. We are already talking with several also bigger operators, also supplying us with a lot of feedback on what they are expecting the tool to do.
Yeah. Suppose it's like another way to maybe reduce costs, reduce staff, reduce the management. We're all for sort of the hands-free remote site management. Yeah. The business, you obviously you need to run the business, but there's software out there now that can run hands-free. You can run your site hands-free.
Right. So that's the goal, or that's the strategy of our product, to really allow the operator to run it at at the lowest manual effort possible.
No, I like that. What would you say are the benefits of Kinnovis over other tools available?
Let me tell you what our clients tell us.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yep,
our clients very much appreciate the usability. So we have a very strong focus on UI UX design to make sure that our customers don't need to read a manual to understand how the system works. So it's really very easy to understand, very easy to handle, but still it provides a lot of different features. We don't want to restrict our operators in what they can do with our product, but rather provide all kinds of different options. So as we've been on the market for 5 years, we've learned that there are hundreds of different approaches, and that's what we are putting all into one solution. So that's where we still have a USP of being a software provider that's on the one hand very easy to use. On the other hand, it caters also the needs of bigger self-storage. Next to AI, we've got other emailing features that our customers tell they haven't seen that before. So we really want to lift it to a whole new level of user experience, not only for the end customer, but as well for the operators to really make their job more fun.
Yes, no, that sounds interesting. Incorporating the marketing side of a system is being able to run your own campaigns without getting someone to do it or using a third party like a MailChimp, etc. Yeah. If you can do it through there, all your data's in there, so it kind of makes sense.
And also one important aspect is as well for the operators to have the full overview of the performance of the business, because what we see is some clients really appreciate, and seems like it's not the case with the system before, that they have all data in one place. And it's very easy to report across all facilities. As well, what we can do is streamline the revenues in different companies. So many operators have several legal entities under one brand, and we can facilitate that as well. So you have one Kinnovis system where you've got all your facilities, no matter how many legal entities, how many bank accounts are below that. So it's a lot of details behind the scenes that you might not think in a first step. But all these logics have been implemented in our product in order to cater as well large operators as well as small operators.
Yeah, it does sound like the system's been built to manage an operator with multiple sites.
Right. Multinational as well, so we can go across countries as well. Right. Different languages, you can facilitate different languages as well in the product.
So how does Kinnovis integrate with security? It's always something that comes up, make people want to know, make sure that a lot of people these days are using the smart security, smart entry and stuff. So does Kinnovis time that very well?
Right. So we integrate with all the known access control providers, self-storage access control providers. There are some as well that are not in the industry or not very well represented in the industry that we integrate with. And they've got all these security aspects covered, and we integrate with them. So
say you've got a customer who's got a different security partner who wants to integrate Kinnovis. Would you say you've got the people in-house to do it, bespoke integration if needed?
Yeah, so first of all, we develop everything in-house. I think very important to mention, all our developers are sitting in one office basically, and with them we have a lot of flexibility. So it happens every now and then that someone says, hey, I've got this special request, and there's always a way to get around it and to implement it in our software. Obviously, we are still one product for all, right? But it must be configurable for each customer to be able to cater the individual needs as well. Yeah, that's also a possibility.
Okay, cool. So you mentioned before you're a global company. You've operated across multiple continents. How do you think the UK market differs from other countries? What have you seen so far in the UK?
Yeah. So right now we are 97% of our business is still in Europe. We've got our team as well in Asia that is already working on the first clients to get them onboarded, to also provide them with support, etc. The UK is certainly is definitely by number the most important market in Europe, as it has the biggest volume. But I think in the UK, you guys are much more advanced in general than other European countries in terms of feature set as well. In many countries, there is no question anymore and nobody asks for new features. In the UK, we always come across new things, right? Mm-hmm. So you are quite a mature market in that sense. But that's great. That's a great place to learn as well, and to expand our product towards everyone's needs. In general, I think a lot more diverse, the market, let's say.
Mm-hmm. From what I understand, in Europe, there's a lot more indoor storers. Do you get many outdoor storers in Europe
as well? Yeah, I think for you guys would be interesting to
do
come
they use
to.
Containers? Is it more like is it? Do they use shipping containers, or is it more like sort of outdoor buildings than containers?
To be honest, I think the mix is quite similar. Like in the UK, we've got all kinds of storage as well. We've got container, RV parks, indoor, just like you do here.
Mm-hmm.
Our product is made for anyone for any self-storage use case. So it doesn't matter whether it's indoor, outdoor, container, RV parks or whatever.
Mm-hmm. What's the plan for the next 6-12 months? What type of customers do you want to chat to? Are you going after the bigger ones, or are you happy to take on single site operators?
Anyone, actually. So any size of operations. We've got very small ones with only 60 boxes on one facility and not planning to expand. And that's great as well. As well as we have other big operators just onboarded last week, one with 8 facilities. Obviously, the bigger ones, they always want more. They want more features. They want more special requests.
More reporting, probably. Yeah.
It is more work in all terms, but we don't restrict it to any specific group of customers, actually. Yeah. As long as it's storage, it must be storage, right? We've got some customers as well, actually, that also combine it with co-working.
Right.
But the main business is always storage, and then maybe 10 co-working offices combined with storage, and that we can facilitate as well in our software.
Oh, that's interesting. So what have you found are the reasons why people are moving to Kinnovis? What are people saying is the USP of your service?
Usability. Several features that are in our software and others not. Mm-hmm. Also the multi-language support. In the UK, not so important, but in countries like Austria, Germany, Norway, wherever, super important because every second one doesn't speak the local language or like many expats, etc. And what I mentioned initially, the setup of the whole system in terms of what you wouldn't think in the first place, such as streamlining the revenue to right bank accounts and basically all those needs that mostly the bigger storages have.
You mentioned AI before. Where do you see it going? Have you got any more plans for AI to roll it out across more things? Where's it going?
Right. So there's a lot coming that I don't know yet. OpenAI, we are integrating with OpenAI. That gives us a big advantage over other AI tools that are just working with other technologies in the background, because AI delivers us new features almost every week. For example, I don't know if you heard of it, was the new feature of OpenAI where you just scan the room and it identifies the objects standing in the room, how large they are and so on. And that's great for storage, because the biggest problem always to get customers on board is to identify what space they need. And we're building basically an interface that allows to facilitate all those new features that are coming step by step from OpenAI. And we just need to kind of do some little tweaks and already make it ready to use for our clients.
Cool.
So we don't develop it all by ourselves. We have to be honest about that. It's a lot OpenAI in the background. What's our job is to control the artificial intelligence and put it into a package that fulfills the storage related use cases, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely makes sense. So I'm a self-storer, been going a few years. I've got an existing website. I like it. How does it then link to Kinnovis? How does it transition into Kinnovis?
Yeah, so plugging in our booking portal and customer portal in your website is really a matter of a couple of minutes. Anyone who has basic knowledge about how to use a content management system can do that within no time. If you are a new operator and you want to replace your existing website, we can also supply you with a website template. I would say the difference between our solution and others is that you can use this template and expand it to whatever you need it. So if you at some point are ending up saying, my business is going really well and my basic website is not enough anymore and I want to expand it, you can always use this same website and expand it to bigger scale. So you have full flexibility there. We've got very experienced agencies working with us in the storage industry that are ready to help you with anything such as marketing, SEO, etc.
It sounds almost like if I'm buying something online and maybe I see a pay by PayPal button, I'm going from my website to Kinnovis, but just to do the booking, but it's still connected to the front end website.
Right.
So that the customer would never know that they're kind of leaving that site to go to a Kinnovis booking portal.
You might know it from when you book a airline ticket, flight ticket.
Like Skyscanner, you go Skyscanner, then you go to...
Exactly, and then maybe the URL changes or something changes in the background that a user would never ever see.
So it won't be alien to people. They won't really know. It'll be seamless. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Got you. So part of our Box Plus package, we get a lot of people coming to us at the very early stages. They're thinking about getting a self-storage. When do you think is the best time to sort of speak to Kinnovis or speak to you guys about a website, about the system and stuff? At what point do you think it's a pre-boxes on the ground, get boxes on the ground first, then speak to you? Is there an ideal time to speak to you?
In general, I would say the earlier the better, because the more time you have, simply the better it is. And then you also understand, what do we do? What would you might ask someone else to do on top of that, and so on. So the earlier the better in general. If you let us know 3 months in advance that you want to work with us and you give us the go, that's always perfect, because then we've got enough time to set everything up. But we've done other customers already within just 1 week. So 1 week before they went live, they said, hey, I need a quick solution now. Can you do it? And we did it in just 6 days it was. Yeah.
What's the process of mapping out the site on your system? I think I've seen you can have a little layout, can't you? Do you do it yourself? Do you drag and drop things, or do you upload a drawing? How does it work?
Yeah. You can do it yourself. It's very simple editor, a 3-step editor. First step is you upload a plan that you got from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Then you go in the second step. You draw the rectangles, polygons, any kind of shape. That's also something others don't do. We can do all kinds of shapes. Then you link the units with the drawings. And that's literally just drag and drop. So I would say a container storage of 100 containers, you can do it within 45 minutes, 1 hour, and then the entire plan is done. You can always change it afterwards whenever you want.
Change it out, you can modify it after that.
Yeah, you don't need to ask us to do it. You don't need to wait for us. Just go ahead and do it, and that's done within a couple of minutes. You've done your changes.
Nice. What's kind of the onboarding and setup service like for you guys? If someone comes on board, do you have the team on hand to get them help set up with all the things so it's not too much heavy lifting?
Yeah. So in our package is included as well the service of onboarding the customer together with the customer. So we cannot do it fully alone, right? They still need to supply us with all the data, but eventually they will be taken by the hand and walk through the entire process, and eventually making sure that the process is the smoothest possible, especially when you transfer existing customers, bookings, payment methods, and all this. It can get a little bit more complex sometimes, and their customers wouldn't be happy being left alone. So our approach is really customer service from the very beginning, and not just saying, here is our software product, take it or leave it, and do it yourself. No, we are doing it together with them. Our customers really appreciate it, so we will continue doing that.
Yeah.
Once you give us the go, you will get a personal project manager assigned, and he will take you by the hand and really walk you through the entire process. Support is covered by our internal team. Everything is done internally. We don't have any external people serving you, so it's really everything in-house. Customer success managers, support, UI UX designer, specifically full-time UI UX designer. That's very important.
For anyone listening, UX is user experience. So it's like how it feels and looks. So the usability of it, essentially. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Last one. You are in a room with 100 people. You've got 60 seconds to sell Kinnovis to these 100 people. What would you say?
So we are the one-stop solution for anything that you need in terms of software for your self-storage. We are supplying not only the management software, but as well the online booking portal that can be connected to your website, which is fully configurable, fully designed in your CI, and a custom portal that allows your customers to manage their bookings, which is very essential to take work off your shoulders and to really push the work a little bit sometimes towards the end customer. And these days, people are used to that. They want that. Because they want to be empowered to do it themselves. And this is where we're going.
No, that sounds really interesting. It's exciting to see someone using AI as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that evolves. Really good to have you come in, talk about Kinnovis.
Thank you very much. It was really a pleasure. And today I'm going home to Vienna again. Long way home.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chatterbox was brought to you by Cleveland Containers, the UK's leading supplier of new and used shipping containers and the largest supplier to the container self-storage market. If you're looking to enter the self-storage industry or streamline and expand your current site, talk to us about Box Plus, our one-stop service that can provide you with everything you need to set up and run a simple, remotely operated and profitable self-storage business. For more information, head to clevelandcontainers.co.uk and follow us on social media for more content on all things shipping containers and self-storage.